You know, I like viral moments sometimes. Sometimes they're warranted. Sometimes I'm wondering what's going on with the human race. Either way, we are here with 10 WWE moments that broke the internet. That's right, Canada bags. There was one that happened recently involving a certain person. We want the truth. We got the truth. Want to check out the original upload of the content? Click the top link in the description. Want to hang out with me and the amazing flock live on Twitch? Click the bottom link. Also got a free Patreon with free bonus content you get every day, new uploads. Kind of a thing we do over there. That being said, let's get right into the video.
104 million views! 10 WWE moments that broke the internet. Number 10, Rhea Ripley Stingface. Now in 2024, as part of Rhea Ripley's mommy persona,
I mean, yeah. I'm probably about 100 million of those views. That's on me. That's my fault. I bad, y'all. Yeah. The definitely inflated view count. You'd like it. Anytime you want to, Rhea, you know how to reach me, right? We had that one conversation that long ass time ago. I meant what I said, but number hasn't changed, right? I just go ahead and just, you know what I mean? If you want to practice the move some more, I am willing.
she began to deliver a Stingface at live events. Footage
November,
of Ripley's
how are you?
antics quickly surfaced on the internet, and they quickly went viral. Whilst the majority of fans saw great humor in Ripley imitating Rikishi, some fans believed that Ripley was stepping out of line and her actions weren't appropriate for the PG product. Ripley would directly address these criticisms during an interview with Ring the Bella, and Ripley called out the hypocrisy from certain members of the fans. Shut up, shut up. Honestly, it was really funny because I get criticism for every single little thing I do, but you see the men doing this and you're like, yeah, that looks cool, amazing. Tiffany Stratton does this the other week and they're like, oh my god, I love you, Tiffany. Oh my god, you're so sexy, please do that to me. But when I do it, there's a problem. Why? You're just mad that I'm popular, that's
There ain't no problem, Mommy. I promise there ain't no fucking problem at all. Nope. Those are bots that say it's a problem. Ain't no problem. No problem with that.
why. But Ripley was spot on with this assessment, and these comments definitely put a lot of critics in their place. Number 9, the Fbomb. Due to WWE being a PG presentation and Vince McMahon previously having strict rules on cursing, the idea of a wrestler dropping an F-bomb during a promo was impossible to even fathom. However, when Triple H took over WWE Creative, he allowed the talent to push the boundaries of what was permitted, and he even allowed Matt Riddle to curse during an intense yet fantastic promo on Raw. On August 29th, 2020,
Are those Patrick Star shorts? That's hilarious. What the hell? I cannot take you serious now. What the fuck?
cursed during an intense yet fantastic promo on Raw. On the August 29th, 2022 edition of Raw, Riddle and Seth Rollins were exchanging shots in a virtual promo exchange. And in the promo, Rollins declared, "Yo Riddle, are you still there? You talk about my family, let's talk about your family. Oh wait, you don't have one because your wife divorced you and took your kids, and they don't want to see your bitch ass anymore."
Rollins. Wow. Whoa. That's good. Dude. Whoa. What in the hell?
Riddle then responded by saying he was going to F up Rollins. This segment was tremendous and it lit social media on fire for all the right reasons. Casual fans were questioning if the segment was real, and some fans genuinely believed that both men had just gone off script. During an interview with Chris Van Vliet, Riddle discussed the infamous F-bomb, and he revealed that Triple H said he was permitted to use it. "That was given to me. Thank you, Triple H. I think that was the give-take. It also gave me an element of realism. He got his pill, his bullet of realism that gave me mine because nobody says the F word in WWE. Nobody says it on TV, especially my character who is cool as a cucumber. He crossed the line. Where the F are you? Where are you? I'm gonna kill you." They said I couldn't say kill, but I could say the F-bomb. The fact that kill was seen as too far but an F-bomb was perfectly fine is kind of unusual. Nevertheless, this was a sign of things to come when it came to the Triple H era of WWE.
That's
Number
a
8,
yike.
Drew meets Jack. Drew McIntyre vs CM Punk was without a doubt the feud of the year in 2024, and one of the reasons why the feud worked so well was because both men were committed to keeping kayfabe alive. Hilariously, to sell the feud, McIntyre took to social media and shared a photo with Jack Perry. Perry was of course a wrestler who Punk had a physical commotion with in AEW and was partly responsible for Punk getting fired from the promotion. The post went viral instantly, and even though McIntyre eventually deleted the post, screenshots were already circulating around the internet. During an interview with Chris Van Vliet, McIntyre would share the inside story of how the photo came about. I was flying to LA and they just did a show the night before. I saw Roderick Strong at the airport, a buddy of mine, and we got to catch up, which was awesome. He was headed to a Ring of Honor show, I believe. Then on the flight, I just seen Jack. Had a little chat with him and his missus, and we snapped a picture and the internet had a freaking meltdown. It was hilarious. I think it lasted 45 minutes. The numbers I heard were like 2 million impressions or something insane for 45 minutes. It was pretty wild. People enjoyed that. I'm always dancing on that line on what's acceptable and not acceptable, making people question things. McIntyre would also state that he'll never reveal if WWE made him delete the post, but it's virtually guaranteed that it was indeed WWE that made him remove the post due to Perry being an AEW star. Number 7. Seth Rollins vs CM Punk. And while Seth Rollins and CM Punk have managed to work extremely well together in 2025, when Punk first returned to WWE in 2023, there was nothing but bad blood. When Punk returned, WWE kept his return strictly under wraps, and when Rollins saw Punk return at the end of the 2023
I definitely remember there was like serious beef between was it Rollins, Drew and Punk? Rollins and Drew were just like not with the shits, like hey, no fucking way. I definitely remember seeing some like out of like ring appearances of Seth Rollins, like having choice words about Punk too. Way back when he was still on like AEW.
Survivor Series PLE, he was legitimately seething. When the show had gone off the air, fan footage showed that Rollins was cursing and raging at ringside, and he had to be physically held back from storming up the stage to fight Punk. The footage went just as viral as the return of Punk, and there were instant calls to see the two collide in a featured matchup. Rollins reflected on his reaction during an interview with Fightful, and this is what he had to say about the incident. Like I said, it was an extremely emotional moment for me. Everyone knows how I feel about CM Punk, not made it any more transparent over the past few years. Nothing has changed in that regard. In that moment, I was extremely emotional, and you got a lot of real and raw emotion from me. I don't usually get that worked up about much, but you caught me off guard and there was a real emotion there. That's probably as much as I can say on that without going too far. Now, it was speculated in the months that followed that Rollins was trying to work an angle with the Survivor Series reaction, and he was trying to garner interest and buzz in the inevitable feud. Number 6. Questionable shenanigans. Following WrestleMania 40, WWE began to pair Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio together on screen. The two had fantastic chemistry as a pairing, and WWE booked them in numerous angles which were filled with sexual innuendos. Take for instance on the June 10th, 2024 edition of Raw, Morgan would
That's definitely calling back to like the old days of shit, right? Like the the type of shit that they would have Vince doing with the girls, like, all right. I said, everything now gotta be like this. What are you doing it in? Why your legs up on your ears? Hey, what the fuck? That isn't going there. Take that out of there right now. There's kids around. Fuck you doing?
Make her presence felt during a match on the show, and Morgan would end up being knocked off the apron straight onto Mysterio. Instead of simply jumping off Mysterio, Morgan remained in a mounted position on top of him. But if that wasn't bad enough, Morgan began to touch Mysterio, and the reaction from the crowd was one that signaled that they knew they had a segment that belonged in the Attitude Era. This was definitely a segment that could have led to complaints, yet the segment went viral, with numerous non-wrestling social media pages covering the incident.
Oh.
Number 5. Paul Heyman goes off. Paul Heyman produced one of the greatest Hall of Fame speeches of all time in 2024, and thankfully, Heyman waited until Vince McMahon was out of the picture before he accepted his induction, as Heyman was able to cut an unscripted promo of his life and career. As expected, Heyman delivered the speech of a lifetime, and the content of Heyman's promo didn't just shatter PG, it also led to the internet talking about one specific line. If you think the spirit of ECW died in a bankruptcy court in 2001, you can suck my effing dick. The reaction of wrestlers
It all. Oh. It's You play too fucking much, man. There's kids around, man.
Watching on made the speech even better, as when Heymon uttered the aforementioned line, Randy Orton couldn't contain his emotion, and even wrestlers such as The Miz couldn't stop laughing. Number 4. Drew McIntyre's selfie. During WrestleMania 40, Drew McIntyre decided to tweet during his match with Seth Rollins. The tweet went viral, and a year later at WrestleMania 41, McIntyre decided to one-up his prior act by taking a selfie of himself during his match with Damian Priest. Now, according to McIntyre on X, the photo just didn't go viral. It resulted in the second most liked post on X within the first hour past 60 days, most reposted WrestleMania content on X, and most viewed posts during WrestleMania. Fans are now eagerly anticipating McIntyre's post for WrestleMania 42, with fans throwing out the idea of McIntyre posting a video or even going live. Number 3. Birthday suit photo. Samantha Irvin often takes to Instagram to share photos of herself, and during a stint as a WWE ring announcer, she posted a photo of her in her birthday suit.
Honey, what are the woman we doing here? Whoa! Lady, Samantha. Honey.
On the platform. Naturally, it wasn't before long that the post went viral, and it did come as a surprise that WWE didn't insist that she delete the photo due to the perceived nudity involved. However, they let this one slide. WWE in the old era loved to control what their talent posted on social media. However, in the TKO era, this has vastly changed, and the talent are free to post whatever they like on their respective social media channels. Number 2. Rhea Ripley's pin attempt. Now, it's not just the Stingface spot that has led to Rhea Ripley being the talk of the internet, as Ripley's antics with Dominic Mysterio also received mainstream attention. The two delivered numerous segments that had a sexual undertone attached to them, and both managed to pull these off extremely well. Additionally, one of the key elements of Ripley's character is a rather unique pin.
Honestly, I've been working on my flexibility. I could take this. I could take this pin. I could do it. I've been working on it. I'm just saying, Rhea, like, look. I'm literally half a tweet away. Let me see Rhea Ripley is typing. I'm there. I'm already there. So, you know what I mean? Buddy don't gotta know. Buddy don't gotta know.
Pin attempts, and the clips and still images of these pins take just a matter of moments to go viral. Whenever Ripley pins her opponent, she tends to put them in a compromising position. Footage of these pins is often found all over social media channels such as X and TikTok, and WWE and Ripley are evidently aware of the internet response, as Ripley has continued to use them even during her recent work as a top babyface in WWE. And number 1, a spear heard around the world. Now, the Royal Rumble is always a way that WWE can create a viral moment and get the internet talking. At the 2025 Royal Rumble, streamer IShowSpeed would enter the match, and he'd be hit by arguably the most devastating spear in WWE history. Braun Breaker literally annihilated the YouTube sensation, and the clip lit the internet ablaze. The spirit.
Blah. That was pre-Carlito spear, though, because that Carlito spear, this motherfucker got shot out of a cannon. Like, jeez. Nah, they got this shit in several different angles, bro. You know, I've never seen a critical hit in real life until this moment. That's a big boy. Speed didn't even get the brace for that, bruh. Oh, in every angle, Braun is a fucking blur. Ha. They couldn't catch this motherfucker on film. Oh my god, look at it on the bottom left. Look at Speed's neck and head, bro. Oh, holy shit.
Annihilated the YouTube sensation, and the clip lit the internet ablaze. The spear itself was viewed a total of 250 million times on social media within just 18 hours.
Yeah,
it resulted in one of the most successful viral clips WWE have ever created. According to Breaker, during an interview with Gorilla Position, he would tease that there are many more viral moments to come. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a cool moment to have, or a cool opportunity to be presented with. Something I knew I had to make the most of, or else something like that's not gonna land in my lap ever again. Especially if it's a first time thing and then I screw it up or whatever, so I think it was a great starting point for moments for me. So many more to come. Breaker wasn't exactly lying with these comments. It's just months later on the road to WrestleMania 41, Breaker would deliver a spear to Carl.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. How, like how was that the angle that you're at? This UFO, she collided with his body diagonally. I know we said the steers where they do a flip with it look kinda weak, but and this is a huge butt, alright? Like this is a Rikishi-sized butt. This shit godlike. This shit godlike.
Deliver a spear to Carlito that once again had the internet buzzing for all the right reasons. But there you have it, folks, 10 WWE moments that broke the internet. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
See, this was a good list. That last one we did about the tires ruining people, the changes ruining people. Oh no, WrestleMania. This one is fire though. Click the top link in the description to show support to the original upload of the content, or click the bottom link to hang out with me and the flock. You can also find the Patreon link to see the bonus content that we upload every single day. Yes, there's more videos every day for free, so free Patreon is free. I'll see you in the next video unless you're weird. Thank you so much to those of you that have made it over to the Patreon. I appreciate you.
I'm still hungry.